By the power conferred on me by the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and by the law made by EBONYI State House of Assembly, Law number 004 of 2025, creationed EBONYI State EFFIUM and Alioma Peace Park, creation of EFFIUM EZZA-EFFIUM community in EFFIUM, Alioma and EZZA-EFFIUM Alioma Autonomous Community. So by the power conferred on me and according to the law number 004 of 2025, the state had mentioned 5 communities have been created from EFFIUM Autonomous Community. They are EFFIUM Autonomous Community, EKELIBO Autonomous Community, in EFFIUM Clan, Ijem Autonomous Community. In Alioma Clan is Alioma Autonomous Community and EZZA-EFFIUM Alioma Autonomous Community. So you have 5 wards in EFFIUM. The whole 5 wards have community of its own. And then, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, my topic here today is to flag off the construction of the roads demarcating Alioma and EFFIUM. So by the power conferred on me and as the governor of EBONYI State, I hereby flag off the construction of this 25.5 kilometer road at the boundary between Alioma and EFFIUM, and also proclaim that the area known as Forest, with a total of 9,784,140.183 square meters, that is 978,440 hectares, hereby remains as a federal government reserve area for forests. 2. That the EFFIUM markets and its environs of a total of 556,161,090 square meters, that is 556,106 hectares, and comprising Abuja Primary School, EFFIUM Roads, EFFIUM Playground, Police Station, First Station Methodist Church, Customary Court, First Bank, Community Center School, EFFIUM, Assemblies of God Church, EFFIUM, St. Charles Borromeo Catholic Church, EFFIUM, to Egudinagu Road, Winners Church, Ojayara, EFFIUM, are hereby acquired by the government of EBONYI State for variety public interests. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. This session shall be strictly adhered to, and any violation shall be treated in accordance with Section 7, Subsection 4 of this law. On this note, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, this law prohibits selling of land, buying of land, cultivating in another community. These are my statements and these are my proclamation.
Finally, the governor of EBONYI State, His Excellency Right Honorable Francis NWIFURU, have actually visited a communal crisis, the crisis between EFFIUM and EZZA-EFFIUM that has lasted for decades, which have caused a lot of deaths and, of course, displacement of a lot of people, business destruction and property destruction and everything. So we are hoping to have the lasting peace for the people of EZZA-EFFIUM. Before diving into the recent development about the peace initiation by the governor of EBONYI State, let's give a brief redefinition of how the war started in EZZA-EFFIUM. The EZZA-EFFIUM crisis in EBONYI State, Nigeria, began in January 2021 and stemmed primarily from a dispute over control of political and economical power within the EFFIUM community in Ahauku local government area of EBONYI State. Of course, this community are located in Ahauku local government of EBONYI State. Though the underlying tensions and occasional clashes between the two groups dates back several decades ago. So as of January 2021, the violence marked the beginning of full-scale communal warfare triggered by leadership crisis in National Union of Road Transport Workers, which quickly escalated due to long-standing land disputes and ethnic mistrust between the EFFIUM indigenes and EZZA settlers. What began as a clash between union factions soon turned into a full-blown communal war, leading to hundreds of deaths, destruction of property, and mass displacement. So, a significant move to foster the lasting peace in EZZA-EFFIUM, Governor Francis NWIFURU has taken decisive steps to address the protracted communal crisis that has plagued the region since 2021. What did the governor do? He granted amnesty and released detainees. On February 11, 2025, Governor Francis granted amnesty to 159 detainees who had been held in connection with the EZZA-EFFIUM communal conflict. These individuals were released from the Abakaliki Correctional Center after spending 4 years in detention. The amnesty was as part of the broader peace initiative recommended by a white paper implementation committee, which emphasized disarmament, rehabilitation, and reintegration of those affected by the conflict. Another measure is structural of peace. To prevent future conflict and promote coexistence, the Ebonyi State government announced plans to demarcate the EFFIUM land into 2 distinct areas. The EFFIUM people will occupy the northeast, while the EZZA people will settle in the northwest. Additionally, the state government has acquired the EFFIUM market for public interest and designated the EFFIUM forest as a protected reserve for the state. The next measure he applied was to establish peace committee. In continued effort to solidify peace, the state inaugurated a peace committee on February 27, 2025, led by Ambassador Franklin Obuewu with Senator Sonny Obuoji as secretary. The committee's mandate includes implementing the directive outlined in white paper, conducting land surveys, and engaging with the affected communities to ensure adherence to the peace agreement as the government mandated. Then another measure is ceasefire agreement. Of course, this will have actually lingered for decades, but then the scale of outbursts actually began in 2021. So prior to this development, representatives from both EFFIUM and the EZZA-EFFIUM communities signed a ceasefire agreement facilitated by State Peace and Reconciliation Committee. This agreement marked a mutual commitment to halt hostilities and work collaboratively towards lasting peace. So the Governor NWIFURU's initiative reflects on comprehensive approach to conflict resolution, combining legal measures, structural changes, and community engagement to restore harmony in the region of EZZA-EFFIUM. Let's talk about the renaming of the EZZA-EFFIUM demarcation. A significant development aimed at resolving the prolonged communal conflict in Ebonyi State. Governor Francis has signed a law establishing 5 autonomous communities within the EFFIUM area of Ohauku local government. This move is a part of broader peace initiative to address the long-standing disputes between the EZZA-EFFIUM and EFFIUM communities. So the creation of autonomous communities reflecting to the pragmatization of this very peace initiative by the governor. On 8th May 2025, he assented to Ebonyi State and EFFIUM and Alioma Peace Pact, Law 004 of 2025, which formalizes the creation of following autonomous communities within the horizon of EZZA-EFFIUM. First, EFFIUM Autonomous Community. Second, Ekenyigwe Autonomous Community. Third, Idenyi Autonomous Community. Fourth, Alioma Autonomous Community. And fifth, Ezekuna Autonomous Community. The establishment of these communities is intended to facilitate peaceful coexistence by granting each group administrative autonomy. Notably, the EZZA-EFFIUM area has been designated as Alioma Autonomous Community, marking a significant shift in nomenclature and administrative recognition. Boundary and demarcation. As part of the peace progress, the state government has initiated the demarcation of boundaries between the newly created communities. The governor mandated the construction of a 25.5 kilometers road to serve as a physical automatic boundary and improve connectivity between EFFIUM and Alioma communities. This is actually a move by the governor of Ebonyi State to curb, of course, to its entirety of this very lingered communal crisis that has eaten up a lot of values. So what are the communal reactions? What are people saying? Because the question now is directed to them. After this whole move by the government, what are people saying about it already? the EZZA-EFFIUM community has expressed strong opposition to the government's decision, particularly the ceding of land to the newly formed Alioma community. In a statement, the President General of the EZZA-EFFIUM Community Town Union, Dr. James Agena, criticized the government's action as unjust and announced plans to challenge the decision through legal means. Despite the resistance, the state government maintains that these measures are crucial for achieving lasting peace and development in the region, of course. So in the course of substantiating this government move, Governor Francis Ogbonnamwefuru has emphasized that individuals or groups who fail to comply with the government's peace initiative in EZZA-EFFIUM and EZZA-EFFIUM communities will face legal consequences. So when you look at this whole thing that has been going on, who are those that are suffering it? And to my EZZA-EFFIUM brothers, this is an instigation. The best thing you can do is deviate yourself from being instigated. I think the governor have done everything possible. Please, my EZZA-EFFIUM brothers, this is a call for peace. This is a call for integration. This is a call for brotherhood. This is a call for sisterhood. This is a call for communal peace. This is a call for development. This is a call. Of course, we've seen when you say development, not just a development, a pragmatic development. Already, there is a 25.5 kilometer of road construction ongoing in EZZA-EFFIUM as we speak. Let's just say that the only positive impact of this whole crisis that has lingered is just only but the government giving attention to what is going on over there. But aside this war, this crisis have taken a lot of things, like it has consumed both life, properties, and all sorts. So it is a call for rethinking. Most of you that are instigated into doing this, into going after countering the government's decision to this very peace accord, please deviate. What has never been the best option to anything. It has never been. Some of people that are being pushed, those people that are pushing you, you're only going to bear the grunt. A lot of people that lost their life, a lot of people that lost their family members, a lot of people that lost their family business, everything. It's obvious that all of those things are sacrifices that we are paid on action that are not necessitated, action that are not necessary. And it's of the best opinion that you deviate from being instigated, or you deviate from even taking part in anything that has to do with crisis at all. So I think the government have actually done the best of them all by having a pragmatic demarcation to these whole two places. I must thank the governor for these very proactive measures to enabling the lasting peace in the EZZA-EFFIUM community. This is what a responsible and a responsive government would do. So the governor have done noble, you know. Please, my people of EZZA and EFFIUM, I beg you now, let's go by brotherhood and sisterhood. To the best of my knowledge, you guys have lived together for decades, and it is of a good U-turn for peace, as the government have taken it, taking this bold step to making sure that everything works for everyone. And I urge all of us to, cleave to this proposal of peace accord. It's of importance to also give an orientation to our people. War has never been the option in any case, not at all, and not between brothers and brothers. It doesn't make sense. It is of the best opinion we wash our hands in the basin of peace.